Also, let's talk about Nigeria's e-commerce space. The co-chief executive officer of Konga Group, Nnamdi Eke, and Kenny Oriola, who is the vice president in charge of operations of Konga, are here to make a big splash ahead of what you call the Black Friday. Hosting this interview means I get the first move as far as the what you call the Black Friday Konga Yakata is all about. That's what I call the splash in English. It's called Yakata in Yoruba, if you know what I mean. And so I'm going to ask the CEO first to explain the global world of e-commerce to us. Nnamdi, it's good to have you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. And of course, good morning as well,
Morning.
Mr. Oriola Kenny. So let's start from the world of e-commerce. Konga is one big name when we talk about the e-commerce business space in Nigeria. How big is this space, domestically speaking?
I mean, it's a growing space. It's a space that continues to develop. If you look at the retail space in Nigeria, it's huge. I mean, we process over 400 billion worth of transactions on a yearly basis in Nigeria. These are retail transactions. But the problem is most of these transactions happen in the informal market, in the traditional market. This is about 98%. So the formal market has about 2% to share. But a lot of people see that and they see a small market. I see that and I see huge growth potential. So, I mean, we're coming in the early stages, and we hope to see exponential growth over the next few years.
Has your entry been able to, and that's in terms of operations now. So, in terms of operations, have you seen your entry into this market raising or rebalancing the size of the informal retail space and the formal side of it?
So right now,
in terms of the numbers?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, there's obviously growth. Like you said, there's been growth over the past few years from 2012 to date. But like he's mentioned, there's still a huge gap. There's still huge opportunities for us to do. We know what the infrastructure situation in Nigeria is. So right now, we've taken a different approach where we've got warehouses, you know, in all major hubs in Nigeria. So we've got huge warehouses in Abuja, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Uyo, and this is apart from the stores that we're actually setting up in. The plan is to have about 774, which is one in every local government. That's a long-term plan. But right now, we've got.
When you get to my local government, I'll be the first to know. You get to my local government in Kogi State, I'll be the first to know. And if you're looking for a property, I may just have one to lease. Sure. Let's just make money. But my employer shouldn't be hearing this. Please, just so that's an internal call. But again, I love that. If you're expanding your footprint across the country, that means that we're making more penetration.
Yes.
Is this e-commerce, and this is for you, Nnamdi, in terms of what are you writing here? Fintech, financial inclusion, what the central bank is doing and all of that. Are all these financial markets, technology drive, whatever, are they helping you in terms of policies and actions of the central bank?
I mean, there are certain things that are being done that we're happy with. There are certain things that are being done that we're not very happy with.
Okay, let's start with what you're unhappy with. Then we can have what you... Now you're smiling. Let's talk about what you're happy with.
I mean, you read about things like the e-commerce tax that CBN is looking at. You read about things like...
the online tax that is coming.
Yes. That hopefully will not come, but...
in the new year.
but this is an infant industry that we're trying to grow. I mean, we're providing a platform for Nigerians to not just to buy products, but to sell products. I mean, today we have over 200,000 merchants selling products on Konga's platform today. So when you start doing things like adding an e-commerce tax, it reduces this guy's income.
Okay, so in other words, let me help you here a little bit. You mean if we're saying, okay, let's produce more products locally, perhaps this lighter or this pen or paper, that you will go on your platform.
Yes.
I become is not so. Yes. So if the government is taxing you, then you think it comes to me.
Yes, correct.
So you're worried about the local industries that have their products and goods in your warehouse.
Yes, correct. Because people sell products on our platform.
Yes.
So and this is an additional revenue stream for them. It's an additional sellout channel for them.
Yes.
So what happens is when you tax this channel, government is just taking the country backwards because people are now going back to the informal market, back to cash, avoiding the POS systems, avoiding using their card to pay. So I think it's taking us backwards instead of forwards. And I think that's a conversation we really need to have and really come up with a decision that will drive the country forward.
Amongst those of you, what are you happy with?
What am I happy with? There are a few things I'm happy
You're
with.
making money.
I mean, you mentioned one of them earlier this morning, where NCC is forcing telcos to drop the price of data. That's huge for us.
Yeah.
Because for people to shop online, you need to get online in the first place.
And you need data.
And you need data. So it's huge. I mean, not just for Konga, but I mean for the entire ecosystem. And it's a very welcome change.
Kenny, in terms of when you say Konga, what makes you different among your peers?
So I think when we look at Konga, we have to look at where we are. So e-commerce is a Nigerian, but we have to localize it. We've said there's 98% in informal markets. Most people are still offline. So what we do right now is we've got the online channel, we've got offline channels as well. So people who cannot reach us online can come to our stores. They can either buy physical items when they come to the stores. We can educate them how to buy things online. We can show them how to buy things online. And so rather than wait for people to come online, what we're doing is that we're actually bringing them online. We're going to where they are and educating them on how they can come online, buy things online, and then have it delivered to them as well. So we're an omni-channel. We're not just operating in the online space. We're operating both in the online and the offline space as well. And I think that's what's going to help us. And that's the key for me when you talk about e-commerce in Nigeria. That's what we need to do to be able to get there, because a lot of people are still not online right now.
The Black Friday is here, so I'm going to stick with you, Kenny, in terms of what the Konga Yakata is all about here on radio and what have you. But again, Black Friday, those who are the online understand something is big is coming through here.
Yeah. So Black Friday is an international, international thing. We've localized it to
Day
Yakata.
of shopping.
We've localized it to Yakata, and Yakata for us obviously means fall. So everything comes down. Prices come down. All our prices are coming down across the platform, everything that we're selling. This is good both for us. This is also good for the business who are on our platform, because they then are be able to sell a lot more than they would have. You know, for some people, it's the biggest amount that they would sell in the whole year. And so for us, what it is our consumers are able to come on our platform and see everything they've ever wanted, Christmas shopping, anything that they want on the platform, for the lowest possible price that they can find anywhere in the country.
Now, I was just having a conversation with Bonale earlier about palm oil and shopping. Will I be able to buy palm oil on Konga?
Palm oil, but not crude oil.
Now you guys got me there. Now you got me there. The NNPC is listening to you. If you're going to start selling crude oil online on Konga, then you got the Ministry of Petroleum Resources folks at your office before you leave the studios. Yeah. So you've got clarity. No crude oil, but you can sell palm oil.
Yes,
again,
exactly.
because this is big, and I love it. Again, you're talking about being not just an omni-channel company. What does that mean, Nnamdi?
Omni-channel, you know, you have multi-channel, you have omni-channel. Multi-channel means having multiple platforms to sell from. Omni-channel means integrating all those platforms to create a seamless experience for the customer. Meaning that today you can walk into our stores, we'll help you place an online order, we get it delivered to your house. You can place an online order and pick it up from the nearest location or get it delivered to your home. So we're connecting all our channels to give customers a seamless experience. And because of that, it allows us to also add additional features onto our platform. So Konga recently launched a travel business, Konga Travels. We have our payment platform, Konga Pay. We have our logistics platform, Konga Express. So we're integrating all these platforms to provide customers with the best possible experience they can get while shopping.
Yeah, I noticed. Yes, you guys are also into travel business.
Yes.
Correct.
Interesting. There are two principal issues here, and I'm going to ask you, Kenny, about when you have delays. Tackling delays in delivery. Sometimes when it comes to e-commerce, the last mile, they say, is the most important mile in the entire value chain. Then you talk about building trust. Speak to us more first on the side of if there are delays, then I want Nnamdi to speak on building trust and confidence when you do e-commerce, because you don't see me, I don't see you. What we have is technology doing the business for us.
So in terms of delays, and I'll let him talk about trust, but in terms of delays, so first of all, this is where, for example, we have warehouses all over the country, and this is where we have our logistics arm that has locations all over the country, because we're trying to ensure that we're not moving things from Lagos to the rest of the country. We're actually ensuring that we have warehouses all over the country, and that we're stocking those warehouses. So it's easier to do last mile, because all you have to worry about is actually that last mile. In cases where we have delays, the customers always know this, which is, first of all, we do our refunds are within 24 hours. If there's any issue with what you've received, you don't like it, whatever it is, within 24 hours, we'll refund your money back to you. If you want a replacement, we'll make sure we do that for you. But I think the advantage we have is because we're closer to you, we can always get it. We can always deal with your issues much quicker than anyone else can around.
Because customers are worried about delay. If I'm having a wedding, I'm having any other
Sure.
function, and I make an order, I want it delivered on time. But the whole idea about spreading your warehouses across country, I'm sure with the state of the roads.
Exactly.
I'm sure you.
Exactly.
But again, if you have to fly items.
Yeah, so we've got air freight as well. So we move both, by road and by air as well.
air.
So things that we cannot move by road, or because of the state of the road, we think it'll be quicker to do by air. We do those by air as
Or
well.
if they are fragile.
Of the fragile. I think for us, the important thing is that how do we ensure that the consumers get it in the best possible condition at the quickest possible time, and that's all we're focusing on.
I agree with that. If I'm having some nice roses for my wedding anniversary,
You don't
I
want
want
to
it
buy
delivered fresh and on time, whenever it's coming from. It's very important. If it's not fresh, then it's no longer a rose.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
talking about trust here,
Yes,
Nnamdi.
trust. So trust, I'll take us back to the omni-channel strategy. So I think that's one of the key reasons went ahead with that plan of having both physical stores and an online platform. Because we wanted to give the customers a face to talk to. I mean, it's easier to trust somebody when you have somewhere you can go and either lay your complaints or ask certain questions. So that was key to us bridging that gap in trust. I mean, we're part of the pioneers of e-commerce in Nigeria. So naturally, we're the ones that have to fight that battle in creating that trust. But I believe this is something we're doing. I mean, there are a lot of initiatives we're putting in place to make sure that customers trust products that they buy from us. And if for whatever reason, if there are any issues, we resolve them as quickly as possible.
Again, so yes, you also pioneered it, but how stiff is the competition out there right now? Kenny, you answered that. You are the one in charge of operations, so you listen to consumers, your customers every day.
So I'm assuming you're asking from a trust point of view. And I think from a trust point of view, we've got a bigger edge in terms of the fact that we've got investors who have a track record in the country as well, from an ethical point of view. And then consumers who shop on our platform know that from an ethical point of view, we're pretty sound as far as that's concerned. Our major drive is to ensure that the consumers get exactly what they've asked for, again, as fast as they can, in the right condition. So, yes, there's competition out there, but I don't think that's, from our point of view, our consumers are better with us because they trust that what we say, we actually do deliver.
You're giving me 90% discounts for Kunga Yakata, an iPhone, an 11 Pro and all of that, 500 naira only. Can I just give you 500 naira now? I can look for a 500 naira right now and just pick it up here and I just get my discount right live on it. That will be the biggest offer I'm going to get for an iPhone 11 Pro. Yes, and I'm sure my camera crew, everyone in production here will want to be the first. Sure. Yes. I can just get 500 naira around everybody right now.
Correct.
Unfortunately, you have to wait till that day. You have to wait till that day. Yes,
so to be nice, what we're doing is tomorrow, our Black Friday officially kicks off on the 11th of November. But tomorrow, we're doing a teaser starting from 12 midnight tonight. Yeah. So you can get all these amazing deals as soon as 12 midnight tonight. So, sir, just wake up
11
at...
o'clock?
No, just wake up at 12 midnight.
11 o'clock traditionally, most times I'm still watching Bloomberg. I'm watching the Asian markets open from Australia to all of that. So I'm watching the sunrise for the global markets. Yeah. 11 o'clock in Nigeria is about 7, 8 o'clock or 9 a.m. in Australia. So the market there is open. So 11 o'clock, try to get a glimpse of that. Then a good closing bell for the Wall Street. So I'm not online by that time, but I'm on television. So, but now that you mention it, I keep my phone handy. If I get the 500 naira for this iPhone, then I'm going to have another handshake with you guys. But let's have this for now. Thank you. Just to say thank you for coming. We appreciate that. Nnamdi and Kenny from the Kunga Group. The State of Osun Governor, Oyetola, will be briefing the markets today. It will be the second state governor at the Nigerian Stock Exchange in 2019. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yes, 2019. I'm just thinking about 2020 already. Why am I thinking about that? I will tell you later, after the break. Juliana Olayinka, my colleague at the Nigeria Investment Showcase event in London, is live to us from the venue right at the moment. Juliana, good morning. The event should be getting underway as we speak. Bring us up to speed here. It's good to see you out of the studio right in the city and mixing with your fellow Nigerians and, of course, those carefully selected investors that will be looking at Nigeria as an investment destination. Juliana, good morning.
Good morning, Bosun. I'm coming live here from London Guildhall, which is a very old, significant building. Just as I came out of the event, there was a keynote speech being given by the previous Lord Mayor. He is somebody who has travelled to Nigeria significantly, and they really just opened the ceremony saying that Britain and Nigeria are open for business. I know you had the Deputy High Commissioner on your show earlier this week. And really what they're doing now is they're following through on the pledge that the former Prime Minister Theresa May made, which is to make Britain the most significant G7 investor into Africa, specifically Nigeria.
Okay, when you at the opening of the statements by the former Lord Mayor of London, what did he say? Who and who did you see in the audience as far as this event is getting underway? Of course, it's the early hour yet of it.
What I would say, just from being here for the past half an hour, is that obviously Britain are taking, I would say, Brexit very, very seriously. I think they've realised that, when you've got the likes of Russia and China bulldozing into Africa, specifically Nigeria, with no colonial history, that they realise they need to catch up. So they are taking it very seriously. They realise that perhaps they have taken their eye off the ball, and they're interested in pumping money into specific sectors. They spoke about the health sector. We know medical tourism is a massive issue in Nigeria. They want to prop up those private sector health individuals. Agriculture has also been spoken about. Energy. We've got a few of the banks here. I know FCMB have got their representatives here. I'm sure many of the others are here. I haven't seen them yet, but it's certainly, you certainly feel that Nigeria are taking it seriously. To be honest with you, not many Nigerians that I've seen at the moment. I've seen a lot of people from Asia and a lot of people from Britain. So it'll be interesting to see as the day goes on just who is going to benefit from this.
Yes, it's going to be a long day for you at the Nigeria Investment Showcase, Juliana Olayinka. So you've got to stick around. You need to get back into the hall, take a lot more listen. But more importantly, when you get back to the show in the afternoon show, Business Incorporated, want to hear what the Nigerian authorities or the Nigerian officials will be putting on the table for the UK investors, for the fund managers, for investors, for the folks with the deep pockets. We want to hear what they're saying about Nigeria and what the other side would like to see moving forward. But like you said, you're very correct. Brexit is one issue that will be in very big, part of the big discourse all through the day. Thank you, Juliana. Let's leave it for that, for raising the curtain today, live from Nigeria Investment Showcase Summit in London. We're back in 2 minutes, everyone. We'll talk about the marketplace.